I was going to ask, explain this Twitch universe. Are you currently banned on it?
No, I did get banned though for saying a derogatory term. The term, you want me to say the term?
Tranny.
It was tranny. You know, and truth be told, I really did not know that was ever used as a derogatory term for those people. I really didn't.
I know, but it's just you're so well spoken, and then you were obviously in a hairy, like watery situation.
Yeah.
And you're like, you just want to say the right thing here.
Yeah, you do. You know, I think I've stopped caring as much about what people think about my opinions. You know, I believe the things I believe, and if people ask me, I'm going to share those things. I'm confident in them. You know, I'm always eager to learn more and to explore the other side of the coin. But at the same time, I strongly disagree with all of that stuff. You know, I think it's inherently unhealthy, and it's a scary precedent to set going forward for young children to say, hey, listen, if they're feeling a type of way, they can do this, and that. I believe, you know, through the way I was raised and now being a father myself, that there's other ways to combat that. And that if at the least, the first thing that we should do is try to find a healthier alternative than the things that we're doing. So, you know, I spoke about that. And there's a lot of trans people out there and LGBT people that probably think that I hate them, but I don't. You know, the real truth is that I feel bad, you know, that they feel the way they do, and I want what's best for them. I just don't think that it's smart to peddle and push the things that they're doing. Yeah. I really don't. I think that that's bad, and it's been proven to be bad. You know, when you make those kinds of changes to your body and then you encourage them at a young age, that is just, I can't believe that we live in a world that does that. So I spoke out about that. I did use the word tranny. I did not mean to be derogatory, but make no mistake about it, I was talking shit. So, like, I mean, I don't want to sit up here and act like I wasn't talking. I was talking shit, but I'm giving it as good as I get it. Because you know, when you open up that door, I mean, a lot of these people, they live online, man, and they're about it online.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask. Like,
the trolls they'd be trolling.
Well, did you become more passionate about this stance once you had a kid?
Yeah, I became more passionate about the stance, and I also became more comfortable speaking about it because, like I said earlier, man, I think having a kid and being a parent, a lot of times you hear parents say that, like, you know, having a kid changes everything. I don't know if I believe that. You know, I haven't been a parent for too long, right? But I do believe that having a kid changes the way you think about everything. Mm-hmm. So, look, I kind of always thought this way. I wasn't as passionate, right?
Right, because it's not necessarily affecting or has a potential to affect you.
So who cares, right? Just keep it going. But I mean, you know, you're seeing a lot more of it, and you're seeing it become an issue in schools, especially here in this country. And I just, you know, if and when hopefully someday we look back on this time and it's a lot different, I would have been super disappointed in myself that I never said anything.
Right.
Straight up. That's what I thought about. I spoke to my dad about it. You know, Dad, am I making the wrong decision? And like, you know, business wise, yeah, I'm burning all kinds of cash, but I'm set. I'm good. So that's also it's a little caveat in the conversation too. You know, you might ask yourself, you know, hey, Nick, should you have said something way sooner? You know, did you hold out because of the bread? I mean, the truth is that I had a kid. That's the truth. And that was a big turning point for me, you know, but it's definitely the combination of a lot of things, man. You know, either way, I have a community that strongly believes in me. There's so many people out there that agree with me on this topic as well. They're just afraid to talk about it, speak about it, because you get in big trouble.
Yeah,
you really
it's
do.
scary.
You got to hop around, man. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? If you don't
I
mind?
loved everything you said right there. I'm interested too. Like you referred to speaking to your old man. Like I'm sure it's kind of difficult to try and maneuver your words when you're like in a world where it's just chat online. How are people thinking about me? How are people feeling? To where you get to a point of freedom of like, listen, I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna speak on this. You give less fucks about what people think. Was that like a difficult balance when you finally like kind of found that footing? Yeah, man. Like a big hurdle, you know? Because you don't want to make people mad. Like I don't want to wake up every day and piss people off. At the end of the day, the guy that's tweeting me the paragraph, what he's upset, like I don't want him to be mad or disappointed in me. I'm sorry that he feels the way he does about me, and I wish I could do something about it. And like if he could really just rip the truth out of my fucking chest and put it in front of him, he would see that I'm not this enemy. Unless he wants that being taught to kids in school, then you are my enemy.
Right.
So it's just this thing. It's
logically everything you said I align with. Especially having kids, you run into those issues with things being taught to kids in school. It's when it's like, hey, you're going to school to learn the things you need to learn at school.
Right.
Not what you think the kids should learn, but just like the math, the science, the history, all those things. And then let me go and then it's up to us as parents to go and now instill these beliefs that we want. If you're a religious cat, you want to instill religion, if you know, all those things, because it's very difficult for me to understand, like, my children's opinions are really, like, the opinions they have are kind of the opinions I have and that they've heard. And so they just feel that way as well. So like it's just hairy when you start messing with kids and not allowing them to develop and grow the way you want them to. It just becomes more difficult. It gets more difficult to like stand by and just let it happen. I struggle with that all the time.
Yeah, man. And I mean, you know, people like to say that, you throw being a parent around, you throw being a parent, you know what I mean? Like, anybody can have an opinion even if they're not a parent. And I agree with that. I just think that there's a perspective that's gained after having your own kid, which I'm sure you guys can agree with, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, you know how impressionable your kids are, and you know how impressionable your kid is. You know, it's like I know as well. Like, when I do stuff in front of my little boy, you know, he does it back, and vice versa. Like, we play all the time, we hang out all the time, so we know how impressionable these young minds are. Because we were young too, man. Like, it's just not. It doesn't make sense to encourage these kinds of things when we know how kids are.
When you get banned, is this somebody from Twitch reaching out to you, letting you know that
yeah,
you're gonna get banned?
I said that, and they banned me for how long? They banned me for? It was a week.
1 week.
Yeah, I found out when I was on the way to see you guys in Vegas.
No shit.
Yeah, it was like 3 a.m, and I woke up to being banned. I was like, okay, you know, I didn't really care, man.
Is there not like some strike system or anything? It's just kind of.
There usually is, man, and I don't have any strikes, but I will say they take that very seriously at Twitch. You know, like, look, I mean, Twitch and just the gaming world in general is very pro all that. So I'm kind of like a dinosaur. I'm off on my own, you know, land. But, you know, my community.
I was gonna say your audience.
I think the majority of them align as well. But there are some that have not, and they've spoken about that, you know. But
was that, and I'm sorry for being ignorant about this. Was that when you were like, we're gonna boycott Call of Duty?
I never called for a boycott. I never.
That was the audience, though, right?
People were just doing what people do. Right? Yeah. I never said like, "Hey, don't play COD." You know?
It has to make you feel good, though, knowing your audience is like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's crazy. It's like the internet, though. Like, it lives for 2 weeks and then it dies. It's weird.
Yeah,
you know? It's very strange.
That's another thing that people need to realize.
Moments are like a fart in the wind on the internet, bro.
When things are good, it's like, hey, this in a week this will be gone. When things are bad, you think the world's coming down. It's like this is going to be over in 24 hours.
It's gonna be something new there, but something fucking bitch about, bro.
Yeah, always something to bitch about, you know, or be happy about. It's like, it goes up and it goes down, man. You know, right? But that was a big moment in my career, man. I mean, I've never been in trouble like that. I've never been in heat like that, I guess, per se, you know? And I think currently today, I feel real good about it all, man. I'm very proud of myself that I said what I said. I know it's not an easy thing to say. And as time goes on, I'm getting more and more confident speaking on this. I've done a lot of research, man. I've spoken to a lot of people on both sides of it too, man. I think ultimately we all agree that we want what's best for people, you know? And me, you know, I'm a pretty healthy gamer, and that's where a lot of this comes from, man. Is just overall health. You know, like, do you take care of yourself? Is this taking care? You know, I sign off on every fucking stream, every YouTube video I do. I say, take care of yourself, take care of each other, peace and love, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that. Take care of yourself. And is that taking care of yourself? Cutting off pieces of your body, taking fucking drugs that are horrible for you, your mind and your body. It's inherently, no matter how you spin it, a very unhealthy thing to do. You know, and I just can't sign off on that.
Right. After the week ban, what's your relationship with Twitch like now?
It's okay. You know, they understand there's going to be different flavors on Twitch, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, if I had to guess, there's some people in that office who really don't mess with me. But it's like, I don't have any weird shit in my heart about it, you know?
Yeah.
Appreciate you speaking on it too. Like,
I don't mind.
Yeah. You do a good job.
No doubt.